Okay, we didn't talk so much about the floors, but there is a gorgeous rug, and what the rug is covering is our wood floor. So we want to talk a little bit about hardwood right now. It's kind of a no-brainer when you're choosing flooring, but there's more selection now, as Kimberley Seldon shows us in this reality check at Dominion Rug. Take a look.
This won't take any time you tell yourself as you head to the hardwood store. There must just be one or two choices. Oh no, my friends, reality check. Natural hardwood, a beautiful product. It's delicious to walk on. It lasts forever. It does, however, suffer from expansion and contraction because it's a natural product, so you have to keep that in mind. But there are other choices as well, and I'm going to show you what they are right now. Now, you've heard the term engineered hardwood. It's actually hardwood, but it's engineered, so it's a little bit more practical and a little bit more affordable than all hardwood. You can see here that it's made in layers. So we've got layers of hardwood, and as it's manufactured, they are alternating the grain, and then there's natural hardwood on top, and that can be sanded and stained 2 or 3 times in its lifetime. It's a great choice, and it has that nice wood sound. Now there's also laminate, and I want to show you that next. Let's say you're highly motivated by budget. In other words, you don't want to spend a lot, but you still want the look of hardwood. Then you may be thinking laminate. This is actually a photograph of hardwood, but it's a pretty good photograph. You're going to notice a difference here on the side, how it's engineered, a little thinner. This is 8 millimeters. It may also come in 12 millimeters thickness, but the point is it's going to have no actual hardwood in it, and you can tell by that sound. It's going to be a hollow, a little bit noisy sound. So you may want to install a layer of cork underneath. By the time you do that, make sure you're checking your price point because you might be at the price of an engineered floor.
I love these reality checks. I love her too. Kimberley Seldon is here in our studio. It's so good to do the lessons. I gotta tell you, 7 years hosting this show, and I'm still learning and relearning the lessons again and again. So they never get old for me.
7 years.
7 years, girlfriend. I know.
We're learning every day, though, Tracy.
We are.
Every day, even though we're immersed in design.
And we're good yin and yang because one of the things we talk about all the time is Yannick likes to bring like what you can do immediately and immediate gratification, which is awesome. And I want to bring it back down to some really solid lessons if you're making big investment choices like hardwood floors. Like you get one kick at that cat. And then if you get it wrong, you know, you got to move kind of thing. So
that's true.
you got to pass it on to the next guy. And you know, I want to say that the nail head thing you did, I'm thinking of all the marriages that are about to end.
Honey,
so if you're a divorce lawyer, you have work forever. You're going to be fine. Yeah, can you imagine? I'm on my back again. That's what kept going through my mind, but I said that out loud,
It used to be that hardwood was really the gold standard, and now there's so many other options that have come, and it still is the gold standard.
Yes.
So many other options, though, look really good.
Well, okay, so there's 2 things. If it's a veneered photograph, it looks good, but it's not necessarily a product that you want to invest a lot of money in. So this is often, unfortunately, this is what people use when they're going to flip a house.
Yes.
And so when you see those TV shows where it's $24 and 4 hours, you're not going to be real happy with that
renters,
product.
if you have a rental property or you're going to, you know, rent.
And get a good point. You're going to get a few good years of use out of it. If it's a home you're going to use for 10 or 15 years, you're really going to want to think about making a purchase that's going to last for a long time. And it has to do with how thick the product on top of the base is, if it's not 100% hardwood. How many times can you sand it down and refinish it and get that look of a polished wood floor?
Right.
So, and I think acoustically, there's nothing nicer than the sound of wood, and of course you still need an area carpet.
Oh, for sure.
You have to have
so we went
area
hardwood
carpet
on our main floor, but then we cheaped out in our basement. So
good point.
You know, it's a laminate. It looks good enough. The kids are going to be playing hockey and all sorts of things down there.
Perfect.
You don't want to spend a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
We got our viewers to weigh in when it came to wood, whether it's hardwood or not. So this is Melody McKenzie from our Facebook. She says, love hardwood, but the wood is really soft. It marks easily. It can, so I've been sticking to laminate. There are so many choices to choose from now, and a lot of them look like hardwood. So that is also the point I was making. Patty Miller, we have engineered hardwood in our dining and living rooms, and the floors are stunning and very durable. So with that said, I want to show this picture that Yannick brought in. It's a combination. So you've got the engineered wood, and I think that's on the ground?
Yeah, that's on the floor.
On the
yes,
floor?
the engineered, because it is a condo, and that's why actually they developed the engineered technology. It's because it can be applied on top of concrete slab.
Right.
And
okay.
but when you walk on it, it still feels like there's a bit of air. Like even though it's good quality, so there's nothing
There's
like
a hollow,
it's not the
tinny
same
sound to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and when you're choosing a hardwood floor, you're going to avoid things like pine, unless for sure, which is going to get dents and nicks in it and stuff
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh, we had pine floors at the first house we ever bought, and I like stilettos.
Yeah, it can't happen.
no, that doesn't go
There
together.
was almost a divorce.
In fact, I can't tell you how many people I know who have softwood floors and they invited somebody over with heels like that and they still remember, oh, this is where Tracy walked.
Yeah, so
right
you
here.
know, what do you do? This is a whole other show, but
Take your shoes off.
you're supposed to take your shoes off.
You bring country shoes when you visit someone's house who's got
Do you
pine
bring
floors.
slippers or something?
You should bring something, yeah.
I don't like that idea of taking my shoes off.
Yeah.
Well, then you
it's
go
part
with
of the
then you go with
It's part
engineered.
of the look.
so you stand in the foyer the whole night and people just come to you.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do.